carrying all the details, it carries the details only. It's just read by the underlying runtime, the Android runtime. When it is loading the app, it will just read this file to understand, okay, which activity I have to do, okay, fine. Like that. And it will open the permissions. Because you can control the permissions given to an Android application. While making the application itself, there is a provision for you to decide whether this phone will use phone application, whether this application will use your location-based services, the GPS radio, will use accelerometer, will use gyroscope, like that. So, in that way, it is trying to control unauthorized access to the hardware. Application which doesn't need GPS access inside it, because that app has nothing to do with maps. Why you would like to access the GPS hardware and base the battery, right? So they will control all this through a permission, because the idea is when you try to install, it will check whether the proper permission is given and whether the particular library framework is added, and then it will let the compilation finish. Okay, they control it through the permissions. Okay, what hardware features are available to what applications. Okay. So installer, APK file. So what's inside that? So Android manifest file, as I said, and then assets is your graphical elements. Like in the Twitter app, as we've seen, there is a blue background. So it will be a PNG or a JPG, a picture, picture file, image file. So all the images are sounds. In some applications, there will be a background which is automatically coming. Or if it is a game, there will be a lot of sounds depending upon what kind of game you are playing. If it is a racing game, then you will have a vehicle engine, sound, horn, isn't it? All those audio bits that you will add. So that they are all sitting in the assets. Okay? And layouts and travel are again your view related information. Okay? So default activity set is first application, inside the application, the first thing that shows up when you activate an application. Okay? So content orders are being set like this. So now we'll see how we actually write application. Okay? Developer point of view, where you can start writing an application. So, anybody had any chance working with Eclipse? No, right? No, nobody's seen it. Okay, fine. Eclipse is one, what is it? Open source integrated development environment. Just like Visual Studio. Okay, Visual Studio is not open source. Neither it is free also. You have to purchase Visual Studio from Microsoft, isn't it? Whereas Eclipse is an integrated development environment where as a developer you write your code, you compile it, you run it, you test it, you debug it, and you prepare it for installation to an Android device. Okay? Eclipse is an industry standard. All Java programmers will know Eclipse. Okay? It will have a lot of tools readily available as a developer, whatever you need. Okay? So, since you guys have never seen this, I don't know how you are feeling it, but it's very similar to Visual Studio. If you can see the analogy between Visual Studio and here, it's I think more or less easy for you to pick up. So it's basically showing the file structure here, what are all the files you got, what are all you are writing, and this is where you develop your code, lines of code. Okay? So as I said in one of my earlier subject, that it is an SDK that will be offered to you by Android. We have seen in the stack, right? On the top layer is our application, then below is framework for our libraries. So that is the collection of libraries is called SDK, software development. So that SDK will provide all the methods that you need. You have to have the corresponding library, and you will get access to all that. Say like for a location based LBS app itself, you have to add the corresponding library. Then you can get access to individual functions like say like get location. When you say get location, application will access its device hardware, asking like provide me the current location. Then as we have seen in content provider, but device hardware, which is the GPS, it will do its job of finding the coordinates of longitude, latitude, where you are standing right now, and it will give that coordinates back to this your application, and you do whatever you want to do with that. So this is where you will write all your code, and this is an area where you see all the tools that you use while applying your things, and your console output will be shown here, showing like your process is running fine or it's stuck with some problem. Okay, and you can use this area to get input back from the operating system that is lying behind. It will tell you the like you like in the case of bugs and all. I forgot what they say in C++ programming, but here they have got an exception. So if we have passed some 0 by 0 somewhere, so we couldn't understand what is 0 by 0. So that kind of abnormal situations, for debugging sake, you can read it from here and then you change your code accordingly. Okay. So Eclipse is a free download. Okay. Eclipse is a free download, so it is available for all operating systems like Windows, Mac, everything. So you guys are, there is no stock in exchange to already can see and run applications. Okay, you can check with somebody who programs in Java. They will already be using Eclipse to take more courses. Or even a lot of online resources are available. A lot of YouTube videos are available about development inside Eclipse. Okay. It doesn't take too much time for you to learn this. It's all automatic. It's all user friendly. Okay. Okay. So specific to Android development. So as we said, like we have an activity on top of it. We have a view. So you are making the view. As I given you an example, if it is a department of ECE application that you are making, you have a JPG or PNG created by your designers. You are having it in your desktop. Just open that folder, drag and drop on this area, so that Eclipse will read it from your local hard drive and show it here. And that particular image, whatever you have added, will come on top of your UI view. And it will show more dots around it so that you can drag and keep it anywhere you want. You want it in the middle of the screen or you want it one of the corners like that. As a person who is responsible of your apps look and feel, you can decide which color you want, which images you want. Isn't it? So this is where you make up the user interface view. Okay? It can get a little tricky here, but what you guys have to understand is to build an application, even if it is a mobile application, we are using a desktop to do that, right? We'll make applications on a desktop. Ultimately, it is running on an Android device or an iPhone device. The target is a mobile phone, but the place where it is getting generated is a desktop, right? So, but the lock here is, if it is a desktop, then how you will define the coordinates? Because laptop, your computer screen is much bigger. Its resolution is much different. It's, you will have 21-inch screen, 17-inch screen, right? But your application, I mean, your mobile is hardly 3.5-inch screen, isn't it? So, how clear